Today we're going to work on a fall centerpiece. There you go. And in this case, it's designed from all sides evenly, so it's beautiful from everywhere, because the purpose of centerpiece being placed on the center of the table and viewed from all sides. Fall is such a beautiful time of the year. If you go outside, you always can find inspiration from all colors that's outside, or flowers, foliage. And we can use actually some of the flowers and foliage for our designs. If you have your personal garden, that's very good. Well, if you don't have your personal garden, obviously you can purchase flowers from professional florists or from grocery stores. Well, in terms of greenery, you are allowed to use anything you'd like. Anything is useful and helpful for such designs in your garden, obviously you can use it. Well, the basic stapler in our gardens, boxwood. Everybody have those bushes outside. Common yew, that's evergreenery as well. Very nice textural interest in the design. Slightly different form as well. So this is what we are looking for in the designs, different types of greenery as well. It's not just the different varieties of flowers. Well, I'm going to use a little bit more this guy called Pittosporum. It does not grow in Kansas, so I purchased it as a cut greenery. But point is, you can use any variety of greenery for your designs, for base of your arranging, because greenery creates outline for any designs, and technically it's a nest for your flowers. And at the same time, we are covering mechanics in our design. So don't forget your greenery, they are helpful. Moving on to supplies we're going to use today for this precise design. Of course, we need tools to cut flowers. So those are cutting tools. We need a small knife to shave the floral foam, and maybe something larger to cut the floral foam. Then a few small items, such that is a professional wood stick to secure accessories per se. So that's what we're going to do. And this tiny plastic table that we're going to put upside down, it's called anchor pin. And we will use it to secure foam to the container with this a little bit of clay-like adhesive. In terms of containers, well, for this low centerpiece, it would be nice to use anything shallow as a container like that, or anything like this. So helpful. Well, since we are working on do-it-yourself project today, let's say you don't have anything like this in your house, but I am confident that you have any dining plate. This is a dinner plate. It's a 10.5 inches in diameter plate. I picked this with a fall theme to it, so that's going to be used as a container. So that is somewhere there. Technically, it's not seen much, but it's nice and flat. So we're going to use this one. So let's begin with the preparation of our mechanic. And we're going to use floral foam for fresh product. This is a typical standard block of foam. A lot of florists use it. It's quite popular mechanic and very helpful. Well, while I'm talking about this product, I will show you how to prepare it. So it's a dry stage now. It's very light, porous. It kind of sounds like a dry foam. So we need to prepare it, meaning soak in water with floral food solution in it. I already add floral food to it, so it's a simple process of just placing foam on top of the water, and it will sink in a minute or so, and it's not a big problem. Make sure you're not doing anything while it's soaking to that foam. Do not press it down. Do not force the process. Otherwise, if you're doing this, some air bubbles might stick inside the foam, and eventually flowers will not have a water source. So that's important. So the foam now is soaked. It's actually slightly different color. It's a dark green color, and it's heavy now because the purpose of floral foam is to hold flower stems in any position we'd like. This is why you can see the stems of flowers placed more of a perpendicular to the surface of the table, and that is how we done it. And another purpose, it holds a lot of water, and technically that is a source of water for your fresh product in the design. So let's secure this block of foam to the container. Well, I'm using clay-like product. It's a professional clay for floral designing. So this is anchor pin. I'm simply gonna attach this tiny piece of clay and then secure it on the middle of the plate. Bam, bam, bam. There. And that will hold that actually block. So I just have to aim on the center. Bam, looks like this is where it goes. And see, it stays there. Okay, and since we are working on a round shape of a design, I'm just going to shave a little bit corners from that foam, just simply to make closer to that shape, circle. Okay, next, so we've got our mechanic, and then before we start adding any flowers to it, I'm going to attach the pumpkin to my design. So I'm going to use this tiny wooden pick. I will insert it on the bottom of a pumpkin because it's made of styrofoam, and then I will insert it into the foam. This is how it will be secured there in the foam. That's it. This is our mechanics for our design. Let's begin and insert first our greenery in our design. So that is a traditionally first step for any designs like this. So we will create our future size and shape of our design. So which is the circle, because we are repeating the shape of the plate. So in this case, I have a tip for you. It works all the time. Well, unless you don't want to use this tip. So since this design is dome shape, roundy, moundy, it's difficult to make such a design placing a product randomly everywhere, because at the end it might not look balanced actually. Well, first of all, I would like to mention anything you put in the foam, this end needs to be clean from even tiny leaves. Otherwise, you will create a huge hole in the foam. So that is the first insertion. That is the second one. And we have third one. So if you look from the top, it looks like we have, if you connect those ends of the foliage, it creates equilateral triangle. So that's it. Then I'm going to add more foliage in this area, second area, and third area. And then I will attend empty area in between. So in this case, it would be very easy to create this dome shape. Well, if you can see, I added second group of foliage the same way. So it's 3 spots in my design. And so far it looks way too symmetrical to me. So let's say the third greenery, it might be spread evenly everywhere after that. So either we can use boxwood or fern, it doesn't matter. Whatever you'd like, whatever you have, that will work always. We did a good job with greening the vase that is how it's called, the first step of designing. And well, I did a good job with covering the foam because we have to do it professionally. So if you see the foam peeking out from your design between flowers or foliage, it's not good, so we need to fix it. So for now, you can see here and there some foam showing. That's completely fine because we still have plenty of flowers to insert in our design. So with the flowers, I will repeat the same situation, what I did step number 1. So first bunch will go on one spot, the second bunch will go on a second spot, and third bunch gonna go on another spot. So if you connect those dots, it will be equilateral triangle again. We'll start with this, and then we'll add just a few product that will be placed everywhere in the design. Let's begin. I guess I will start with the bright yellow daisies. So make sure the flowers stays within the shape. Some of the flowers might be slightly shorter, slightly longer. It's up to you. But again, it still should be within the intended circular shape. So that is our spot number 1. So next, spot number 2. And again, it's just a helpful tip how to create this design. You can do it completely randomly, placement of flowers, but point is that is very helpful. And every time my students tells me this is very helpful. So it looks like I need one more stem. Okay. Okay. Now we have about the same sizes of those bunches in the design. That's completely fine. And now I have empty spots in between those yellow daisies that I will fill in with something else. And at that point, you can choose whatever you'd like. Maybe those gorgeous burgundy daisies. So let's do that. And that would be the same idea. Make sure they're something shorter, something longer. So it creates interest, creates depth in a design and interest as well. So that is my first setting. So far I'm going with 3 blooms, but I will attend those places more eventually, and I'm going to add more flowers. And looks like that guy has multiple blooms. I guess I'll just insert the whole thing. Oops. Yeah, there you go. So now I have burgundy daisies over here. And well, I guess we can use more burgundy colors. So those are buttons, and we'll just help spread those guys in between yellow daisies. To continue this burgundy color. Okay. Anytime you can come back to any spot to add more items. So far I've decided to leave alone those burgundy buttons and maybe add some yellowish buttons to other spots. Okay. Well, before I mentioned about using berries, and now it's time to use the berries. It happens I have a Hypericum berries. I purchased them from wholesaler. That's what I have, and this is what I'm going to use. And since I don't have many stems, I will place them kind of here and there, so they create a textural interest in a design. But again, if you start to use something, another product, so make sure it's spread evenly everywhere. It creates balance in a design and movement. So that is important. Well, and I place them, some of them deeper than other stems of flowers, because that creates depth and interest. And very often we are ending our design with filler flowers. So it happens I have a solidago. It's very nice, combines all these fall colors together, and that is actually the job of the filler. Connect everything and hide the holes in the design. So this is what you're going to do as a filler. So, and again, it doesn't have to be solidago. Whatever you have in your hands, definitely you can use to fill in empty spaces. And again, it needs to be placed evenly everywhere to achieve this balance. So pretty much we're done with fresh product, flowers and foliage. Now we have processed flowers or dried flowers, and you're welcome to use them in such designs because colored leaves outside, that's what you can see during this time, and they're just beautiful, gorgeous, and I told you they're processed with glycerin. So technically it's very pliable, kind of soft, so it's not breaking. So do you see, I cannot break it. So that is just big plus of such a product. And again, if you'd like to stop right there, it's your option. If you'd like to use extra, I'm considering this as an extra, something accessory, you definitely can add here and there those colored leaves. And by the way, it's not a natural look. They've been colored as well. But anyway, they're such a bright and cheerful. We love such a product, and it's oak leaves, so it creates quite a nice feeling of the fall in the designs. So I'm just simply inserting tiny pieces of stems into the foam, and again, evenly everywhere. Well, it happens I have in my possession this dry grass. It's called bunny tails. They're such a fun dried grass and very soft. It can be in different color. You can purchase it. I did purchase it. I did not collect it outside. Again, if you'd like to have this interesting kind of dancing look, you can add it. If you wish not to use it, it's up to you. Tip how to use grass in a design. Since they are tiny elements, it's better if you put them in tiny groups, at least 2 or maybe 3 kind of together. Otherwise, you don't see the impact you're wishing to have from one singular stem of grass. So this is why I'm kind of combining them, 2, 3s. One is shorter, one is longer. Play with the lengths, that always better. Otherwise, it's way too formal as a look. Okay. So again, here and there, everywhere, and I'm pretty much done with my fall centerpiece. There you have it, your beautiful fall centerpiece. We are done with all the product we intended to use. If you wish to add something else, it's up to you, obviously. So that was my collection of flowers and foliage for this design. But again, if you have something else in your possession, obviously you can use different flowers and foliage. I hope this video was helpful for your project, and thank you for watching.